If you're traveling to South Korea soon, you've most probably already come across the T-Money card during your trip research. It is the main card that is used to ride all forms of public transportation. Until now, the Seoul government released the Climate Card back in June 2024 that allows you to take unlimited transportation from just $2 a day. But are these cards just the same? If not, then what is the difference? And should I be getting the T-Money or the Climate Card? In this video, I am going to be outlining all the similarities and differences of these two cards to help you decide. And so without further ado, let's get into it. To really understand the differences, we need to start with the basics, which is what exactly is a T-Money card? Well, the T-Money, aka Transit Money Card, is a rechargeable smart card widely used for cashless transactions, which include public transportation, but it's not limited to just that. It can also be used at various retail outlets, convenience stores, vending machines, and basically anywhere where this sign is listed as a payment method. You will need to top up the card before you use it, and how much you top it up for depends on how much public transport you plan on taking. But to give you an idea, a subway ride starts from 1,250 won or just around 94 cents each way, whereas a bus ride starts from 1,000 Korean won or around 75 cents each way. But what about the Climate Card? Well, the Climate Card works in an entirely different way. You see, instead of paying per transportation ride, you will pay a fixed price for a fixed period of time to take unlimited subway and bus rides. As you can see here, the Climate Card comes in 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 30 days at different price points. Speaking of pricing, one thing that is similar between the Climate Card and the T-Money card is that they will both cost you 3,000 Korean won to purchase. You can get the T-Money or Climate Card at any Korean convenience store such as GS25, CU, or 7-Eleven. However, as Climate Cards are in high demand at the moment, you may also wish to check out the customer service centers located at lines 1 to 8 within the Seoul Metro. One thing that's important for you to note is to bring cash if you plan on purchasing your Climate Card at these customer service centers, as they do not accept credit cards. And my bad, this also applies if you're purchasing it at a convenience store. So basically just bring cash if you're planning to purchase either of these cards. Another thing that's similar between these two cards is that you can charge them up at the same location. Once you've purchased the cards, simply head to any charging kiosk located at basically any metro station, and also at all Korean convenience stores and T-Money Town, something that we'll be talking about in the latter section of this video. But the difference is the T-Money card has an upper balance limit of 500,000 Korean won or around $375 US, whereas the Climate Card, as shown on the table here, can only be loaded up for a set number of days at a set price. But Steve, what if I don't end up using up the balance on my T-Money card? Can I get the money back? Or what if I purchase a 7-day Climate Card and only end up using it for 3 days? Can I get my money back? Well, I'm glad you asked, as it leads quite nicely into this next section, which is balance refund. Let's start with the T-Money refunds. If your T-Money card balance is below 20,000 Korean won, you can basically get your refunds processed at any Korean convenience store. Do note though that a 500 Korean won service fee will be applied. Also, T-Money balances will only be processed if the balance is above 10,000 Korean won. However, if your balance is above 20,000 Korean won, you will need to head into T-Money Town, which is located on the first floor of the Seoul City Tower building. You will find the building at exit 10 of the Seoul Metro station. I've also placed the exact address as a Naver map pen in my description box for your ease of reference. For the Climate Card, only short-term Climate Card passes, aka the Climate Card tourist passes, are eligible for a refund. That is the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 days. To do this, simply head to any card reload machines located at any metro station. Scan the card and press refund stop card use. I highly recommend you do this at the Seoul station, as once you've stopped the card for refunds, you will need to head into the T-Money town to continue processing your refund. Oh, and also make sure you have your passport in hand to process the refund. Your refund amount will be calculated using this formula, aka value of the pass less actual transportation used and a 500 Korean won processing fee. Another thing that's important to note is that you will need to visit the T-Money town within 3 business days of you pressing that stop refund card use button at the kiosk machines in order for you to get your money back. That sounds like a lot of work, Steve. Can I just keep the card? Well, the balance on the Climate card expires once the number of days you've purchased it for has lapsed. And so whilst you can reuse the card, you will need to top it up again with another package during your return trip. This is where the T-Money card excels. The card has permanent validity and the balance in the card is valid for 5 years from the last time you topped it up. That is to say, for example, if I topped up my card in September 2024, the balance on it would be valid all the way to September 2029, which is a fantastic thing to have if you plan to make return trips. Return trips that I have done many times, which is why I just end up keeping my T-Money pass so that I can reuse it. This is the Kurumi T-Money keychain. By the way, I'm Steve from the Fat Life Project. I travel quite frequently and my channel is full of fat travel guides just like the one that you're watching now that helps you simplify your travel planning. And so if you're looking for travel tips, advice, and recommendations on places to see, well, you've definitely found the right channel. I recommend subscribing so that we can go on more fat travel adventures together. But getting back to the subject of the video, let's continue with the card coverage. Where can I or can't I use the cards? Is there a difference? Let's start with the easy one, which is the T-Money card. The T-Money card can be used across South Korea, and that includes any transportation requirements that you may have in Busan, the AirX, from the airport to Seoul, and more. Whereas the Seoul Climate card only covers transportation within Seoul. That includes Seoul-based subway lines, Seoul licensed transit and buses. However, it does not cover subway lines outside of Seoul, intercity, and it doesn't cover any transportation from the airport to the city. And that includes the AirX, KTX, and Korea limousine buses. For example, if you get on at Myeongdong Station, which is located within Seoul, but then get off at Indeokwoon Station, which is located outside of the Climate card coverage area, you will have to pay for the fare difference. That leads quite nicely into this next section where we compare card benefits. Does the Climate card have some benefits that the T-Money card doesn't? As you've seen so far, where the T-Money card excels is that it's got more coverage. It can be used as an alternative payment method wherever this sign is listed as a payment method, and you will also get a 100 won discount per subway or bus ride that you take if you pay using the T-Money card versus the cost of just paying for a train ticket independently. The Climate card in comparison can be used to take as many subway or bus rides as you wish within the Seoul coverage area. The card also allows you discounted access to some of the most popular tourist attraction spots in Seoul, including a 50% off the Seoul Science Park, Botanic Park, and Grand Park, for example, which is great if you were already planning to check out these places anyway. So long story short, the Climate card is a fantastic alternative for tourists or short-term travelers who only plan to extensively explore Seoul, as the undeniable convenience of having unlimited transport makes it a very cost-effective choice. However, if you're planning to explore places outside of Seoul, you will need to consider the additional transportation costs. In these instances, you may even consider getting a T-Money card to cover those parts of your itinerary. There are of course other things you need to know and plan for before your upcoming trip to South Korea, apart from deciding on a travel card. That's why I've previously done a first-timer's guide to South Korea, in where I talk about everything I learned during the research for my trip and also lessons that I learned the hard way whilst I was there. And I definitely recommend you watch it so you don't end up making the same mistakes that I did. I've linked that at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and watch that next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you found value in this video. It really does help in keeping those YouTube algorithm gods happy, but more importantly, it just makes my day as a content creator. And if you got to this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. I really do mean it when I say it means everything. I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead or that you've already had a good day. I will see you very, very soon in the next video. Ciao!